What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Vigilante. You're watching the Vigilante Effect, and I have here with me today the cameraman. Hello. And today we're going to be talking about the Batman vs. Superman trailer, the second one that just came out yesterday, how it relates to the first trailer, some speculations that we have, and how it might relate to Suicide Squad, which was also leaked yesterday, this trailer for that. Before we begin, I just want to wish the Muslims out there a happy Ramadan. For those who don't know, Ramadan is the month that Muslims fast from dawn to sunset. And if you want more details on that, there's going to be a link in the description below. But let's begin with the topic at hand.
Okay, let's begin.
Alright, so let's first talk about the superheroes that we know are going to be in the movie, or that we're pretty sure about.
Yeah.
We saw definitely Wonder Woman in there. She was fighting somebody or something. What do you think she was fighting?
I don't think she was fighting Superman because they didn't show her fighting him.
But she was definitely fighting something powerful. She hit something, or either a missile or.
I don't know. It seemed like she clanked her wristbands, caused an explosion. She seemed to be fighting something that we're not supposed to see yet in the movie. Which is why they didn't show it, but they just show that she's gonna be fighting in the movie.
Didn't she seem a little bit out of place for you?
I think she's gonna
she's popped out of nowhere and was like, all right, what does she have to do?
I think she's gonna be like one of those like background characters you see in a movie. Like, you know they're important, but like sort of like the Black Widow when she was in Iron Man 2. Like, she's there, but she's not the main character.
It's kind of like a subtle way of introducing her.
Exactly, yeah. So she's
and maybe showing off some of her fighting.
Yeah.
Now, with regards to, we know Aquaman's going to be in the movie, just by the casting, right?
Yeah.
I think that there's going to be some insinuations of the origin stories of, because we saw there was the video footage of the kid or scuba diver, someone going inside the water. And it was right before they showed the video clip of the origin of Batman, pretty much his parents dying. So I'm thinking those three scenes right there are all origin stories.
Yeah.
Maybe Wonder Woman.
I don't know how they're gonna show. Like,
maybe like flashbacks or quick little stuff.
I think the Batman's origin is gonna be like quick, like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that, where he's gonna be like seeing stuff like that was reminding him of.
That reminds him of like flashbacks.
Yeah, because everybody knows the origin of Batman.
Yeah.
You don't need to retell it.
Yeah. I mean, it's been told way too many times already. Yeah. We also know that Flash is in the movie, or at least we think, because based on the IMDb, if you go on IMDb.com, the casting already has a casting for the Flash, and it looks like a younger version of the Flash. So maybe something where I've heard some people say that Batman will go into LexCorp and investigate some things in there, and that he'll see some footage of Aquaman. Actually, he might see Aquaman jailed, and he'll see some footage of the Flash on the screen, which it could be. What's the lady's name from Suicide Squad? The latest running the whole thing. I forget her name.
Are you talking about Harley Quinn?
Not Harley Quinn. The one that's in charge of the whole operation.
I don't know.
The one that gathers them. I forget her name. But the suspicion is that she's trying to collect superhumans and jail them so that she uses it for her operations. And this can kind of be tied in with Suicide Squad. But okay, so those are the superheroes that we know are in the movie. Definitely, obviously, Batman versus Superman. So let's talk about the meat now. Superman, okay? In light of current events, he's seen as like, there's going to be a polarized view of him in the public, right? Yeah. So kind of like the way immigration is right now with the immigration laws, and Donald Trump coming on TV and saying that, what did he say? That immigrants are rapists, and what did he say? Rapists and the ones that are pretty much messing up the place, right? Yeah. Murderers. Yeah. This guy, Donald Trump for president. All right, so it looks like it's kind of playing on that. You see people protesting with illegal alien, Superman equals illegal alien, and then you have people that seem to love him.
Yeah.
Or almost like worship him.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like, the world's trying to figure out what we want from this guy. Like that's the majority of the movie, and we're supposed to be like And like Batman is the essence of that. Like he's gonna be the one that's realizing, is Superman my enemy or is he my ally? And that's what the world doesn't know either.
Oh, I see.
And so we're gonna be seeing it through a human's eyes, how they come to the conclusion that Superman, which I'm assuming is gonna be a hero at the end of the movie.
So Batman pretty much is going to be the one to answer that question.
Yeah, we're going to be obviously following the movie through Batman's eyes, it seems like.
Yeah. Now back to the topic of people worshiping him. There's two things to talk about with that. His mother in the trailer is shown to give him some advice.
You know, I didn't think much of it, but after rewatching the trailer, noticing, you know, Lex Luthor, he's obviously manipulating Batman and Superman somehow. I think Lex Luthor is messing with Superman's head, and that sequence is not does not actually happen. It's in Superman's head somehow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
you don't think his mom is actually talking to him?
Because if you think about it, the way it sounds like, it's like she's telling him, you know, either be a god to these people, which is something Lex Luthor would want, because then Batman would fight him and distract him, or be nothing at all.
That's an interesting theory, because she does seem a little bit cryptic with the way she's talking to him, right?
She doesn't seem
like she's like so dismissive of the universe and like the human race.
And then when she says that last line, you see Superman look at her, and it's like he looks at her in like sort of a disgusted way.
When she tells
yeah, and it doesn't seem like that's not her personality.
The last line, what was the last line?
She says, "You don't owe the world anything." So it's either he could be a god or he could be a villain. Like he could be whatever he wants. He could abuse his power, you know.
That's a very interesting perspective. I didn't think of it that way.
So that's what I think is going to happen. That's why I think that's why I think Batman is setting up to fight.
So this could actually be. So I was thinking from the first trailer about the Superman might be the Superman from Injustice, Gods Among Us. If you guys have played that game, the storyline for that is amazing, by the way.
Or people say he might be like Red Sun, which is a similar type of story.
Where he's kind of Superman's kind of a villainous.
Not villainous, but like
he's powerful enough where he decides that he needs to be the one that's in charge of the world.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be to that large of a scope, but it may be playing on hints of that. Where it kind of the power gets a little bit to Superman's head.
Exactly.
You see that with the there's some soldiers that we see with Superman emblems on them.
Yeah.
I was thinking they could either be military. They look like they're military. I don't know if they were actually official part of the government or are they a cult.
I don't know. And we see them in the desert both times.
Which looks like it's like a military.
Suits that would be in the desert. So
and even Alfred mentioned something about are you going to go to war? And then it shows Batman fighting them. It's kind of like insinuating that these are soldiers of Superman.
Yeah.
And Superman doesn't look like he's
against them.
He's really against them. He looks like he's kind of embracing them.
Yeah. Again, I think this might lead back to Lex Luthor messing with his head.
That's possible. It's really possible.
Yeah. Originally I thought, they were just some random group that he has no affiliation with. But I think
kind of like the Sons of Batman.
Sons of Batman
in the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, and then he ends up, I'm gonna take care of this, and we're gonna do things the right way. But I think it's gonna get to his head, and he's gonna think, I have all this power. Let me use it.
The Sons of Batman, for those who don't know, they were. It's pretty much they were part of a gang, and then when Batman destroyed the leader of the gang, they were just followers. So they ended up following Batman. They start putting on masks, painting their faces with bats on it, and they were just blind followers, and they called themselves the Sons of Batman.
Yeah.
So we were thinking that maybe those people with the Superman emblems were also along those lines, kind of blind followers of Superman, and kind of over worshiping him, etc.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Now let's talk about Lex Luthor real quick with regards to Superman. So Lex Luthor, they should definitely show him with kryptonite, right? He has the kryptonite there. And there's a scene, to your point, there's a scene where Superman is bowing down. It looks like he's bowing down to Lex Luthor. And Lex Luthor runs his hand over him, almost like as if he's in control of him.
Yeah.
But it looks like Superman still has a level of control because he's looking at him in a little bit of disgusting manner. As if he can't really control what's going on.
Yeah.
physically.
Yeah.
Could it be that
We see a lot of disgusted looks from Superman in this trailer? Like he looks like a very vengeful person.
He does. He looks a little evil.
He looks like he's out for blood.
Yeah. Do you think that the kryptonite in this movie is that Lex Luthor finds, or do you think that's going to be used to manipulate Superman? It's not just a weakness for him.
I think it might be Kryptonian technology. If you remember in Man of Steel, when Superman goes on the ship, and Zod is messing with Superman's head, and he shows all this.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point.
I'm assuming Lex Luthor is gonna dig up some Kryptonian technology
and use it in that.
Yeah, because you see him, he gets Zod's body as well.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier, Batman, his suit.
Oh wait, no, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. All right. Okay. Now the other thing you mentioned, Superman, when he is fighting Batman, he looks like he's trying to kill him. There's one scene where first of all, the way he looks, he looks like he's pissed at. He's genuinely pissed off at Batman. He wants to kill the guy.
Well, he's interested in Batman from before when he's talking to his boss.
What's the guy's name? Perry White?
I think so.
Yeah. He's talking to him, telling him, saying that he's a
terror
vigilante.
Then Perry White tells him, don't go after Batman. Like nobody cares about Clark Kent for like Batman to care about you.
But that scene where Clark Kent, first I thought it was Perry White that was describing Batman, but when you take a closer look at it, it's pretty clear that it's Clark Kent that's saying that to Perry White, and then Perry's kind of replying to him, rebuttaling him. It looks like it's kind of like how Perry was talking to Lois Lane, and when she was first finding Superman.
Yeah,
like he knows that there's some like he sees a bigger picture where he's like, okay, you know what, Batman is actually a good guy. Don't go after Batman just because you have these misconceptions.
No, I don't think that.
You don't think so?
I think what it is that Batman seems like he's gonna be like a myth to people. Like they're not sure. They just know there's somebody out there, and that's why he talks about him cryptically. Like, oh, this guy uses like bat symbol. He said something regarding that. It sounded like he wasn't sure what he does, and he wanted to look into him. And it seems like Batman is not really, he's been active for a long time, but nobody still knows what he is. He never came out to the light. Like nobody's ever gotten any like actual footage with him or anything like that.
There's still people that are in the dark. There's still people that are in the dark with regards to. Okay, and we did see that also in the Dark Knight Returns, where there's a cop. He's one of the younger cops. He's confused as to who this Batman is. So it looks like there are definitely still people out there that would not.
Yeah, they also show a picture. I mean, they show a scene basically reminiscent of the Dark Knight Returns comic. Batman's dangling from this grappling hook, and we know they're taking cues from that story. So.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about Batman. Okay, so we know that we're gonna see. First of all, Bruce Wayne was at the site.
Wait, before we talk about Batman, all you Ben Affleck haters out there, I hope you guys feel really stupid right now. Also, all of you Man of Steel haters out there, this movie would not be happening if Man of Steel did not end the way it did.
Yeah, we're fans of the Man of Steel.
I'm just letting you know. So, little Superman haters or whatever, just know.
All right. These are the cameraman's comments. These aren't my comments. So don't bombard
I
us. I
represent Vigilante Arts, whatever his name is.
All right. So Batman. We were talking about Bruce Wayne. He definitely was at the scene of the fight with Zod and Superman, and he looks like he watched the Wayne Tower fall down.
Looked really crazy when you watch it
from his perspective. So it looks like we're going to see things from his perspective. Yeah. So he sees the damage that Superman can do.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet that's probably going to be the start of the movie.
Like, that's going to be the start of the movie. Most likely, right?
Most likely. Literally, it's going to be like, how's it going to start?
To just kind of piggyback off from the last movie.
Yeah.
And we know that the director Schneider, what was I forget his name? Zack Snyder. He said that one of the things that he made different is he made Metropolis a neighboring city to Gotham.
Oh,
He did, yeah. So, you know, it makes sense as to why Bruce Wayne is in the area where the fight took place.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I was wondering that myself. So what is he doing there?
Yeah.
Now he looks like he's a seasoned Batman. Obviously, he's an older Bruce Wayne. I think they did a really good job with just from what we saw so far of Ben Affleck. He looks like an older Batman.
He looks experienced and super confident in what he does.
And he looks like he can also play a younger Batman if he wanted to.
Yeah, that too.
Because I mean, it's obviously kind of.
But it's obviously there's some history already in that universe of him being Batman because you see the Joker is referenced.
We're gonna yep. We'll get to that right now.
Easter egg.
So Batman, he was in retirement. He's coming out of retirement.
I don't know. We don't know.
I think he is. I think it's pretty
It
clear.
could be.
Because there was a scene where Batman...
He's looking at his suit, right?
Well, no, not just that. When he's calling out Superman, it looks like he's calling out Superman for the fight. He takes off the drape from the...
Oh, you're right.
So it looks like, you know, he's kind of reviving it back to life.
It makes sense. Actually, you know what? That makes perfect sense. Because if you look in the comics as well, Dark Knight Returns, he quit being Batman after Jason Todd was killed by the Joker. And in this movie, it seems like Jason Todd or whoever is Robin was already killed.
I think it's pretty clear that he died. With the suit, there was a suit. If you guys
the Robin suit, you could see
the Robin sign. I think it's pretty clear. It's a Robin suit, and it has the Joker. It says, "Ha ha, the joke's on you."
Batman, yeah.
Yeah, joke's on you, Batman. So Joker's definitely insinuated in the movie. Yeah. We're not sure if he is by this point. If he's jailed, what's the situation with him?
I think okay, I think it might be building up to the next Batman movie. Or it could, like, the next Batman movie could be about, somebody mentioned it could be, like, under Red Hood, even. It could be build up, you know, this happened already, so they don't have to establish.
If that's the case, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And then we know in Suicide Squad, Joker's in jail. And Suicide Squad is a prequel to Batman vs. Superman.
Alright, so
and
Suicide
also,
Squad.
again, in Dark Knight Returns, Joker is...
So you think, is it confirmed Suicide Squad is a prequel?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed.
Okay. Where did you get that source from?
The internet.
I
Always trust the internet.
I assumed that it was pretty much a prequel from looking at the trailer.
It doesn't make sense. It would be a...
Joker looks way too young.
Well, not even that. It just doesn't make sense because, you know, you have Superman. I don't know. Why would you need the Suicide Squad if Superman and Wonder Woman exist?
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like something maybe that happened before these events occurred.
Yeah.
And they're kind of tell us a story of, give us a little bit of the origin. Even like from Suicide Squad trailer, it shows Joker talking to Harley Quinn before she becomes Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
She was a psychiatrist, so it looks like it's the beginnings of Harley Quinn, and you know, it doesn't look like and it has Batman. I don't know. It felt like
people said
Batman's there. It's not going to be.
Joker's going to be like Hannibal Lecter in that movie.
Really?
Yeah. So you know, like Hannibal Lecter's character is like that guy that's in jail in prison and is like messing with people's heads, and they come and talk to him or whatever, and he like influences them. How do you
like the tattoos that he has?
I mean, I want to see the trailer in
the regular trailer.
Official.
Well, there's pictures that were given up from before, way before.
I don't know. It depends on the performance. I mean, for me in my head, it makes sense.
Performance looks good. Performance looks good from the trailer.
Joker's the type of character that would make sense that he would have a bunch of crazy tattoos on him, considering he's like this maniacal serial killer.
It's definitely it's a different take.
Wears lipstick and white makeup, you know. So like, if you have a problem about tattoos,
well, he has a grill. Okay, I didn't like that when I first saw it. I didn't like the tattoos. I didn't like the silver jacket that he had on. I didn't like the car that he's driving. This is from Suicide Squad trailer and some leaked footage from prior. But we know it's definitely the same universe as the Batman vs Superman universe. That's why we're talking about it. But I didn't like that. But then when I saw the performance, Jared Leto, first of all, I knew that he was going to be really good.
This is perfect. I can't really make out what's happening.
He looks like he's going to do. First of all, as an actor, he's phenomenal, and he's very versatile. So with regards to the Joker, I could totally see him doing the Joker really good, and the performance that we've seen so far is really good. So maybe that will overshadow the kind of the bad decisions that I don't personally like. I don't like the grill.
I don't like the grill either. But you know, I'm gonna hold out my judgment. I'm not gonna be like you, Ben Affleck. People all over.
However, the grill may speak a lot about the Batman that we have, because there are some rumors that he has the grill because Batman punched his teeth out. And now going back to this trailer, the Batman vs Superman trailer, Batman here, he is
ready to kill.
He looks. It looks like I'm a little confused because he says the line to Alfred that he's powerful enough where he can destroy the whole human race.
Yeah. And
he says we have to destroy him.
Yeah.
He doesn't say we have to stop him. He says we have to destroy him. And then we saw Superman when he's fighting him. He's shooting the red beam,
when
the
laser beams at his suit even.
And
which is cool because now we know this Batman's not gonna be like Christian Bale's Batman. He's gonna be really agile and like really athletic and like jumping all over the place. And stuff.
He's definitely gonna be more like the comics.
Like he's gonna be like, think of it like Arkham Asylum Batman too, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
But this whole thing about destroying him, is he willing to kill? Does this Batman kill? And is this Superman willing to kill again?
I think
he didn't learn from his last lesson.
I think in this case, Batman's willing to kill because Superman's this threat that you can't contain. There's no possible way. He either has to be killed or he has to be a good guy. You know.
I don't know. It's still kind of out of character for him. It is in character with the Dark Knight Returns Batman, where he's a lot more brutal, but he still doesn't necessarily kill.
He doesn't kill.
He doesn't kill the Joker.
Yeah, he doesn't. He was going to.
He was going to, but he didn't.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Oh, that's from the Dark Knight Returns. Listen, you guys could go watch that. This is really good.
Spoilers.
Part 1, Part 2. The comics, you can read those too. All right. Now, Joker. There's a scene where there's a man walking to Wayne Manor, and it's a destroyed Wayne Manor. Now,
I don't think.
I don't know who it is. I just speculated.
He's too big.
The way he's walking, though, is like kind of cocky.
He's too big to be the Joker.
He's got a green coat. We have seen Joker with green coats before.
I don't know. I don't know if he's the Joker. I don't think so. I don't think it would be wise, unless if it's a flashback. But I don't know if Joker should make his appearance in this movie. Although we see Bruce Wayne gets mail.
He gets mail from Joker, or it looks like it's the Joker's handwriting.
Yeah, but if you notice, it's all caps on the thing. But when it's written on Robin's thing, it was capitalized properly.
Oh.
So it could be Lex Luthor or somebody messing with his head. You know, you let your family die or something like that. I'm pretty sure Lex Luthor would be smart enough.
Was that the same writing that was on Superman's statue?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think False God was written in the first trailer. You have somebody graffitied False God onto Superman's statue.
That's most likely just regular.
Maybe, I don't know, but it looked like it was done in a very like specific way. You know, it wasn't like a bunch of graffiti. It was only one person's graffiti.
Yeah.
So maybe it could be the same person
that's sending Batman.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Now the bat suit that he's using to fight Superman, I think it looks a lot like the Kryptonian suit that they were fighting with against Superman.
Makes sense. He's a billionaire. He has the money to fund excavating that stuff, and he could possibly have wanted to get that technology before somebody like Lex Luthor gets it.
And it's technology that we know is powerful enough to fight people, Dark Kryptonian, which would include
it can handle Superman's punches.
It can handle him, and it can punch him and hurt him.
Yes.
Right. So it makes sense if that's the case. Some people said from the first trailer that the suit looks like it's been taken hits before. And speculating that Batman used it before, but it looks like that because it's been used already against Superman.
Maybe.
Right?
I think, I want to go back to Lex Luthor though, because I think Lex Luthor is going to be the most interesting character in this movie. I think Lex Luthor, you see him with the Kryptonite, and you see him with General Zod. I think he's going to create Doomsday in this movie. Okay, so Doomsday is the character that famously killed Superman in the 90s.
Some people did speculate Doomsday was in the movie.
It's already rumors about it, and I'm pretty sure. I think Doomsday is definitely going to be in the movie. It makes sense because you can't make a movie based around Doomsday as the villain. doesn't make sense because you can't write a story behind that. Doomsday is just a plot device. He doesn't have anything interesting.
So how do you think
he's just a monster?
How do you think he's going to come to play in this movie if he comes to play?
So I think Lex Luthor is going to use General Zod's DNA. He's gonna. I think he's also probably going to create kryptonite or something based off the terraforming of the Earth that happened. That try to make Earth like Krypton. So he has the kryptonite, and he's going to meld this somehow, create this clone that can fight Superman and weaken Superman while still maintaining Kryptonian strength while having kryptonite inside of him. And that's what's going to cause everybody to unite. And it makes sense because
that's what's going to cause everybody to unite at the end.
Yeah, because why else would it be called Dawn of Justice and have all these characters? How are they going to possibly
come back together? Come together, right?
And you see at the end of the trailer, Superman goes to the Batmobile, opens it up,
that was a sick
approaches Batman, and if they want to make this like a comic book, a cheesy comic book, and he wants to kill Batman at that moment, he could easily, without just looking at him and giving him a chance to do something. Or it's like, I hope you realize I'm not the real threat now, and they're standing up to work together with each other.
I don't know about that. He looked like he wanted to knock him out when he opened that car.
And it looked like Batman's car was destroyed by something else, not Superman. And Superman went to be like, "Are you ready to actually like do something now instead of like us bickering and fighting with each other?"
Now this begs the question. Now, why do you think they're fighting in the first place?
I don't know.
From each of their perspective, here's what I think. I think Clark Kent. Well, first of all, Bruce Wayne, I think the events of Man of Steel brought Batman back out of the light, and he realized, you know what, I need to be active again. Okay. And so he starts being active.
Yeah, he says, in 20 years in Gotham, we've seen many good men, and how many are there now?
So I think he's seeing, wow, the world still needs me, Gotham's gonna need me. Metropolis might even need me. So he's like, let me get back into the swing of things. So he starts small with some of the little smaller villains or criminals. And I think Clark Kent, being a reporter, he starts to take note of that. Being Superman, he starts to take note of that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and he sees Batman's. If Batman here is a brutal individual, if he's brutal in the way that he does things, he's going to see the brutality of Batman. And to him, he might think to himself, no, what did I start? I don't want to start this vigilantism that's going all over the place. I have to stop this. And I think that's what motivates Superman to start going after Batman. And Batman, seeing the commotion around Superman and all the controversy, I think he starts to be convinced that Superman is too powerful and I need to develop a way to stop him in particular. And that's kind of what gets them to clash with each other, in combination with Lex Luthor taking advantage of that rage from both individuals.
Okay, I have a crazy theory out there. You see the senator talking? That lady, she's part of the government, and she seems to have a close relationship with Lex Luthor. Well, Lex Luthor is manipulating both Batman and Superman, and there's some reference to a war. Maybe the U.S. government is going to play a huge role in this as well. And it's going to be like, are you with America? And the world's going to be asking, who is this guy working for?
About who?
Superman.
Okay.
Is he like American?
Well, we did see him in the first and second trailer. He's saving a Russian rocket, is what it looks like.
Well, I didn't know this.
People have said it was a Russian rocket, so it looks like he's working internationally.
Maybe Superman. Maybe they're in the Middle East, and that's why they're in the desert, and he's fighting a war. He's stopping a war, just like in Dark Knight Returns. Again, Dark Knight Returns, he also stops the Cold. It was a war between Russia and America, and one of them sends out a nuke, and he stops a nuke. So maybe something to that effect also happens, and it weakens Superman and allows Batman to fight him. Or maybe Batman's there to stop Superman because he knows the consequences of an action like that. But it's just speculation. But I think there's definitely going to be some government interplay.
That's interesting. It's possible. Well, that's our analysis of the Batman vs Superman trailers. Our discussion with a little bit of the Suicide Squad and the first trailer. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoy content like this, please make sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video in particular, make sure to press the thumbs up button. And You have anything else you want to say, cameraman?
I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get my revenge on Baby Visual.
Okay. All right. Everybody have a good day. Peace.